Welcome back to the Reli Talk, where we keep religion and philosophy real. Today we're diving deep into three powerful concepts: sin, karma, and salvation. They come from different traditions, but they all try to answer the same big questions. Why do we suffer? What's right or wrong? And how do we get free? Let's break it down. Section 1, let's start with sin. In Abrahamic religions, that's Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, sin means going against God's will. It's more than just bad behavior. It's a spiritual offense, a breaking of divine law. In Christianity, sin begins with Adam and Eve, the first humans who disobeyed God. That's the idea of original sin. In Islam, sins are actions that violate God's commands, but repentance is always open. And in Judaism, the Hebrew word for sin, chet, actually means missing the mark, like aiming at a target and falling short. So, sin isn't just about morality, it's about a broken relationship between humanity and God. Karma. Now compare that with karma, a concept rooted in Eastern religions like Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism. Karma means action, and more importantly, the consequences of action. In these traditions, karma works like a spiritual law of cause and effect. Do good, and good comes back. Do harm, and that harm returns, maybe not now, but eventually. In Hinduism, karma shapes your future lives. In Buddhism, karma fuels the cycle of rebirth, but through mindfulness and compassion, it can be purified. In Jainism, karma is even seen as a kind of subtle matter that clings to the soul. Unlike sin, karma isn't disobedience to a deity. It's more like spiritual gravity, a universal law of balance. Section 3, salvation. So if sin and karma are the problems, what's the solution? That brings us to salvation. In Christianity, salvation means being saved from sin and death through faith in Jesus Christ. It's seen as a gift of grace, not something you earn. In Islam, salvation involves belief in God, doing good deeds, and sincere repentance. In Judaism, the focus is often more collective, redemption for the community through justice and covenant with God. Meanwhile, in Eastern traditions, salvation isn't about forgiveness from sin, it's about liberation from samsara, the endless cycle of birth and rebirth. In Hinduism and Jainism, it's called moksha. In Buddhism, it's nirvana, freedom from desire, ego, and suffering. This salvation comes through knowledge, meditation, or ethical living, depending on the path. Let's do a quick recap, side by side. Sin is about breaking divine law. Karma is about the consequences of action. Sin leads to separation from God. Karma leads to rebirth and more karma. Salvation in the West means reconnection with God. In the East, it means freedom from the cycle of life and death. Different language, different metaphysics, but ultimately, they all explore human suffering and the hope of something better. Whether you lean toward the concept of sin, karma, or something else entirely, these systems all try to help us understand why things go wrong and how to make them right. Some emphasize faith, others focus on action or self-realization. But the goal is often the same: peace, healing, and transformation. So, what do you think? Is one worldview more true? Or do they all point to the same deeper truth? Thanks for watching the Reli Talk. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and stay grounded.